So it turns out Steve Rogers' Captain America is responsible for the creation of Doctor Doom in the MCU. And this is exactly why Doctor Doom is going after him, the MCU 616 universe, and everybody in it, because he wants revenge at what Steve did. So what exactly did Steve do? Well, that's what we're going to cover in this video, because there's a lot to talk about if this is true, and it paints a completely different picture of what we know. So one of the things that's recently been reported is that the universe that Doctor Doom is from is essentially a ravaged wasteland. Now, I'm not talking about like the end of time or the void from Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm talking about a universe where pretty much everything has gone wrong that could possibly go wrong. And what we have is Doctor Doom sort of being this character who rules over Latveria, which of course is one country in this world, but this country seems to be part of a bigger problem where their Earth might have potentially been affected the most with incursions and other problems. And what we recently heard from insiders is that his universe is essentially a universe that exists without heroes. It's like, what if the heroes just abandon everybody and Doctor Doom and everything that sort of centers around him was caught in the middle? And this is why he sort of rose to evil prominence. Now, the theory is that once the Fantastic Four left their universe, that this is where it happened. So effectively, I think what insiders are trying to say is that there's going to be other variants of Fantastic Four and that Doctor Doom is from another slight sidestep alternate version of the MCU's Fantastic Four, aka the universe from First Steps, and that he more or less just teleported in there to get Franklin Richards because he's the solution to all his problems, which, yeah, I could see that playing out like that. But where things get more interesting is that apparently everything that's went wrong in Doctor Doom's universe is the fault of Captain America. Okay, so reports have suggested that Captain America is central to Doctor Doom's rise and why Doom is after everybody, and even why he's got Steve Rogers as one of his primary targets. And what we're hearing is that Victor Von Doom, through looking at the multiverse and what happens, realizes that Captain America was the first to start causing incursions. And once Captain America and Loki both, around the same time, decided to mess around with time and space, again, in Avengers Endgame, this is where things started to get very bad. Loki, he can't get to because one is dead, the other one is in the TVA, but he can go after Steve Rogers. So effectively, what we're being told is that when Steve decided to go live with Peggy, this had huge ramifications on timelines splintering off from the year he landed in. Which again does make sense. We saw the sacred timeline, we saw all these big and small branches coming off of it. So imagine it this way. We have Captain America goes back in time after World War II and lives with Peggy. The age of heroes and everything folds out differently now because there's minor alterations. And suddenly we get into this weird area where history is so different in this universe because, again, everything has a branch coming off of it. Whether Captain America goes to the grocery store or goes to the movie theater, it creates a different timeline, right? It's branches. They're infinite now. The one that Doctor Doom is from was heavily impacted where pretty much everything goes wrong. Like every single thing that could go wrong has gone wrong. His universe is destroyed. It's fallen apart. And he traced everything back to this one guy that traveled back through time who happens to be Captain America. Now, this is where things get even crazier because Loki will also have allegedly traveled back through time to recruit Captain America, while Doctor Doom is after him as well, effectively making Captain America sort of central to everything that's going on, the stories that are going to unfold, everything we're seeing. And now you have the battle for not just survival of the heroes, you also got the villains putting pressure on everybody and realizing that something's got to change and that Captain America might just be the one that they need to take out, maybe even right when he arrives there to prevent everything going wrong. But this is where the report gets even crazier because this Doctor Doom might just be Tony Stark. So you guys know I've had the theory, actually I think most of us here at the CBC agree with it, that Doctor Doom, this instance of Doctor Doom, this version is going to be a multiverse variant that's not really Doctor Doom or Victor Von Doom. He's essentially going to be Tony Stark that took on the name of Doctor Doom and the idea of Victor Von Doom, but he's not the real one. And well, we also discussed the fact that we believe that it's going to be a evil version of Tony Stark that turned this way because of history-altering events. Now reports are suggesting that this is exactly what it is. Essentially, when Cap did this, the timeline unfolds. And yes, he's still the son of the Starks, but they didn't die the way we saw in the MCU, not at the hands of the Winter Soldier. What happened with them was they died at different points. Sounds like Howard was very early on, to the point where he didn't even know him, really. And then you had his mom. She died when he was a bit older, which drove him to dive into technology and magic to try to figure out how to save her. So again, pulling in elements of Tony Stark's story while pulling in elements of Doctor Doom's story to merge the two. And he learns that this is all, again, happening due to Captain America and what he did. He sees the future where he lives a better life. He sees a future where his parents are alive. He sees the future where he's the ultimate hero. And then he realizes, well, if I won in these, I can also win with this plan, which is essentially takeover of everything. And he's going to go after Cap because, again, Captain America hid the death of his parents in one universe, and he caused a completely different downfall of his family in this universe. So Doctor Doom now has multiple personal reasons to go after Captain America, and his goal is literally going to be to wipe him out. I mean, that's it. You caused the collapse of my universe. You're causing the end of everything in my universe. I'm going to end everything in yours before it can even happen. And you know what? Yeah, that's about as petty of a Doctor Doom move as you can get, so it sounds on brand. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.